still good morning? I'm not so sure anymore. But whatever it is, how is everyone around here? My name is Javier. I live in a chance thing because it just sometimes causes problems to some of us. Some of you have already seen me asking him out there. Probably it's not about me, but when they were talking about the teachers' empowerment, I got me thinking about me. I'll not tell you the whole story of the journey, the long journey with computers and ICT gadgets. So, still have a lot to learn, and this has done me good because I've come up with the slides. But allow me to acknowledge Kevin, the one that is just coming in, for being my good Samaritan. Yes, he handled the last part that I couldn't, but trust me, I'll get there. What has brought me here is to share my showcase about the solution I came up of the writing treasure trove. So please, can we get into the slide? The writing treasure trove. As he's doing that, many of you saw how many words that came into your head the moment you wanted to describe your home. So many words came and you couldn't write them because she said a line of two. And imagine here is a young soul that you're telling to strictly write 100 words. And the poor soul gropes around to come up with the words. Sometimes you ought to empathize with them. But they got to get it going. And that's exactly what they do. So heroes in them are embedded. So I, I, I felt with them because I've been there. Someone tells you, write a story about the day you'll never forget. You're supposed to write about this day, but you just don't know how to start. But you have to get the marks. That is how the Jalia you're seeing here came about. And trust me, I know my teachers do their work. How else would I be here? I know it's taking quite long with them. But let me start with the first, because of course I am what they are preparing. So the writing treasure trove starts from the problem. How is English in Uganda? In Uganda, English is a prerequisite to getting anything, any business accomplished. Right? Be it business, be it social interaction, but head of them all is the fact that the very English is the language of its own instruction. So from this young, you are forced to learn in English, which is English you don't know. Okay? So that is the kind of thing we're in. I know they'll get that. They're almost there. So, how did I come about this problem? Thumbs up for schools 2030. Because they were the spark that got the wheel rolling, right? So I had to think about the individual learner. Because none of the times I was doing it the way my teacher did it. Because if I could speak, I could write, maybe I could do it the same way. So I was made to go back and assess my individual learners. There were so many. I have a class of 300 plus learners, girls and boys, Mackay Memorial College, United. So these learners were exposed to assessments in 4 skills. You know them in English. That is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. I'm telling you, magic is there. 3/4 of this class, no, don't, let me not make you think the whole class is 300. You have 3 streams, yeah? So 3 streams of maybe 190 something, because we don't have any particular order we follow. Finally, thank you so much. May you please proceed to the next? Yeah, exactly there. So, I'm going to use one of these learners for case study. the learner is Rusty. There is a slide that shows her. Probably we should come across it. Rusty is this humble girl. She lives in one of the poor suburbs around. What she sees is all in our local language, Uganda. Okay? And here she is in a school that calls for fees. Disadvantaged in that the many times I'm teaching, she's away. So whichever solution Jalia has to come up with must cater for this rest that is in school only twice a week sometimes, right? So discovering that the writing bit of the first skills was lacking, I got down to work and discovered that yes, Resta could write. She could write, but there was something lacking in what she was writing. Please proceed. Yeah. She could not give a vivid description. I'm telling you, description is needed in every kind of writing. Be it expository, you need to describe. So I thought of the way out, and it was the treasure trove. What were the characteristics of Rusty's writing? Rusty could not give a vivid description. She could not get good words. She kept on repeating the same words, no matter how many times you gave her. She would say, nice, good, beautiful. Okay? So there was a lot. There was shallowness. She could not appeal to the senses. When you're writing, you ought to appeal to all these and lots more. But what really mattered was the fact that she was getting withdrawn within herself because she had failed several times. She discovered that the many times she wrote, I was giving her less than 5 out of 10. Okay? So the assertiveness, the confidence to have her work shared was disappearing. So I discovered I was going to lose the beauty in her, the holistic thing that I wanted in her of assertiveness, of bringing up a person that could speak, that could express self. Next slide, please. Yeah, that is my Rusty. That was one class I did for recording purposes. See how she's looking? That was probably after. Thank you so much. So that, I have so many of those, but I just asked him to give us a sample. That is the kind of work they could write. That is when we had asked, please write this frame. And that is the work they came up with. I know some of us have already seen what we've written. But that is what we started with, and those were one of the best. Next slide, please. Yes, and what could be the solution for my resting? The solution to the above, like I've already said, is the writing treasure trove. To understand the trove is a collection of delightful things whose owner is not known, right? And they are hidden, waiting to be used, right? So I thought the name was the one I wanted. I got down to use it. This solution starts with pseudonyms, because we've already realized something about Rusty, about the lack of confidence, yeah, to have the work shared around. And the new curriculum in Uganda calls for sharing. The teacher must bring work for the learners to learn from each other. So the pseudonyms helped us to write in anonymity. Okay? The learners are in a group and they are doing work anonymously, even the teacher cannot know. Okay? So that is the first step in the treasure trove, the pseudonyms. Then utilize in it being learner-driven, even without a facilitator. It can go on. Please, next slide. Thank you so much. The next stage in this storyboard is the storyboard corner, because the slides took long, probably I didn't tell you that it is a corner somewhere in every one of the streams I have, where the treasure trove is kept. So that is exactly where we have everything that I'm showing you now. Every week or every 2 weeks we can say, what are we doing on our storyboard corner? We get together with my class, we pick one of the paragraphs that show exactly what it is we want to learn, and then put it, because we don't have so many requirements that we need, we use Manila. They organize something that they think beautiful. Forgive me for disturbing your eyes with the bright colors, but that is what they wanted. So they prepared that. It's what is on the Manila is what is there. I did that so that someone can read. So that is one of those samples of pullouts. That one was from Mind Boy by Peter Abrams. Okay, so we picked a paragraph to show how a person can describe a person. Are we together? So that they look at it, picture themselves doing it. Next slide, please. Yes, that is the continuation of the storyboard corner. It is always full of so many captivating magazine pullouts. Sometimes we use Google. Now the teacher is an expert. She knows how to pick them out. Please, back a bit. A bit. Thank you. So, we divided this treasure trove in sections. There is description of a person and maybe an object. There is description of an action. There is description of a setting. So, several activities come like that. And of course, this is planned together. Next slide, as I talk about the spark that was in brackets. Maybe even some people here will learn about that. Someone doesn't think like something really big together at once. There is a spark in thinking. You see Jalia standing here in a kitengi, and then what comes into your head? Someone says something. You see me the first time. Imagine you hadn't seen me anywhere, and you see me for the first time. What is that spark you get? Powerful. One more? Beautiful, nice. That is the spark you need to start something you write. And they know it. It is the slogan in my class. Madam Spark, beautiful today. Yeah. So, from the moment you get beautiful in your head, you started. I'm telling you, you won't use any ugly word anymore, because the spark has set you straight. And that is the first step whoever wants to use the treasure trove. Give them that. If they say you're ugly, I'm telling you, no matter how many times you say you're beautiful, they'll write ugly. Because the mind has said ugly. Next slide, please. Oh, what's a bit? Sorry. Where you are? Thank you. The next step is sojourn the world in one moment. Those are names now they know. You just tell them this time we are skipping this stage. Go to the next. So that is the sojourn the world. Sorry, my dear. I didn't mean you. So sojourn the world in one moment. This is a mind trip that you just took. Thank you, Janet. You cannot write out of the blue. My learners were writing in the first 2 seconds. You said start and they're writing. What are you writing? So we know we close our eyes. Of course, there are those who keep doing this. Because what they bring out will show. But they know that when you enter, because you have seen a beautiful girl, they carry her to a world of their own. And the world is in their heads. Yeah. So, do you see where we're going? Let's not say beautiful. Now the beautiful girl is at the beach. In the mind. So, those ones you see there, on this side, are doing that. They have the picture from them, because we make so many. Then they are looking at it and trying to figure out, to come up with something general. What did you come up with? What did you do? Exactly. Sojourn the world in one moment. Next, please. Thank you so much. Next is wave the magic wand. Yeah, that is the next step. There are so many beautiful things there. So many beautiful things there. But I just picked those two. And that was after a series of times using that very solution. Forgive me, but I'll read this slide, because some of you cannot see it. This is when we wanted to appeal to all the senses after looking at this beautiful person. And one of them had this to say. She had brown, innocent eyes with a sexy body. Then I felt like I was over the moon. She smelled like hot baked cake. And then her voice was like a singing bird in winter. That was nice. They hadn't seen winter. Then, if she were an apple, adding the were, of course the mistakes are still there. If she were an apple, I would eat it daily. Yes. See the kind of level. Sometimes it takes me at terrific speed. I can't find myself. Because I don't expect that from them. But that is the magic. Then, another one. I had an angel singing when she spoke to me. I felt a mighty rushing wind when she bypassed me. I saw Angel Gabriel, don't mind the mistake of Angel. I saw Angel Gabriel delivering good news when she spoke to me. And then it was a fragrant scent that filled my, filled my way? Filled the atmosphere. Okay, I can't say those words. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. They can't see us, but I think we can clap for them. I'll show them that. Okay? So, that is the beauty. Sometimes it takes you at a very terrific speed and, oh, there is a spark in you already. The teacher. Next slide, please. Then, like an better read moment. That one is the funniest of them all. After writing all those things that you've seen on the Manila, we start commenting. Mind you, the pseudonyms are at work. They can't know who wrote what. But of course, whether we could better say this could better put it. Okay? So you can even stand there and then enjoy. Because they are busy working. Next. Yeah, that was the next one, a continuation. I was reading some of the work they had done, and in the better read moment, for example, if our spark was beautiful, that tree you see there, you will see the whole of it. You see a hand writing on a leaf. They take the time to make the tree. Sometimes they make the leaves, like you've seen on the Manila, such that they write the word and go use masking tape to put their word there every time, any moment they want. But for that lesson, because I wanted you people to have an idea of what we actually do, I had to take it down. So we can say beautiful. This one has beautiful, this one has beautiful, beautiful. How many times can beautiful be used? We go to find better alternative ways of saying beautiful. So the tree that week will be full of magnificent. Okay, you can mention others. Right? Appealing. Of course, nice can't fail to be there. We love nice. But the whole tree will be giving the whole picture of beautiful in very many ways. And trust me, that tree has done us magic. Because the whole week they'll be commenting about friends from the tree. Okay? And no one knows who wrote. The spelling mistakes are there. But it's upon the teacher to go to that tree once in a while, see a word, maybe at the start of another lesson that doesn't even is not connected to the treasure trove, and maybe comment. How do you spell this? And you correct it. But of course, there are not so many because the dictionaries are always at the table. Next, please. Oh yes, that is the continuation of that can better read moment. We're using the tree of compatibility. Sometimes we call it a tree of synonyms. But they love the tree. Next. Yes, that is exactly how our treasure trove corner looks. Every week there must be something. The Manila with what to do, then the many pictures of stuff to help them develop what you've shown them. Next, the impact. The learners are fascinated. I'm telling you, they call me writing treasure trove. Oh, how sad and beautiful. Treasure trove is there! Because they know it is a moment of the treasure trove. And I don't mind. After all, my work is done. Okay? So they're fascinated about it. They're running learners from other classes that are not yet into that. Sometimes you can't leave the windows. You have to keep saying, I'm coming, I'll come there sometime. Next, it has brought about about a boosting my learner skills. Yeah, because we've been talking about in the morning critical thinking, assertiveness, creativity, so many at once. And the teacher cannot point that today you've only picked this, because getting so many, while sharing in group, allowing someone to bring their idea over another's, all those are skills. Next is what started as an optional club is now the dream of even those in senior 5 who are doing general paper. They're now saying, Madam, you bring everything, you take everything to the young ones, come to our class at least. Probably I'll think about that. Then the tree of compatibility is very good because it is caring for even the rest that is not around sometimes. So when she comes back and asks a friend, what did you learn this week? Beautiful. And she goes to the tree, of course, beauty. Will be all of it. She will just add hers and then read the rest. I see future authors in my class already. Yeah, because if you can write, what can you fail to see? Anyway, lastly, yeah, thank you. That is a moment that I loved, and I thought, though it weren't a video, I needed to show it to you. I told you my solution was supposed to be in pseudonyms. But there are times of sharing when my learners get lost within the sharing, and someone stands up and says, I meant this. So I was laughing there as she was saying, and even the friends couldn't believe. That shows you that they're getting out of the shell without realizing. Yeah. And that is exactly what I want. Another, I'm almost done. Then that is why I said the impact is taking me at a speed I can't measure. That was another class. I entered to teach another subject and found that tree there. They were trying to describe, to say ugly. And there we are, appalling, so many good words. Say, hey, so you've embraced. And I thought that was really there. Please, next. Yes, the future. I see a culture like no other. The culture of writing from a spark to a depth, vivid, enjoyable, and worthy of international recognition. That is something I didn't do. Then, how about sharing the treasure trove with another school other than my McKay Memorial? Because it will work magic. Then, I'm seeing learners that are helped in pursuit of whichever career opportunities. Because we need all those. Doctor, so and so, everything is there. Lastly, for the trove to transcend the writing class and be used as a tool to demystify other abstract elements of school life. That is the future. Last video. Is there another slide? Oh yes, I couldn't leave that out. Thank you, Schools 2030, for making Jalia and my learners